Welcome back to this edition of Inside the Garage, where we isolate where this noise is coming from on the front wheels of this Kia Spectra. So the Kia Spectra came in, person driving this vehicle said, hey, I've got a lot of grinding noise going on, and it didn't always happen when applying brakes. That grinding noise was more pronounced as they were steering in a turn. So we're gonna get it up in the air, pull the tires, and find out what's going on. One of the first things that we noticed is we've got a ton of play in this wheel, and as you can see when we're spinning it, it's got a lot of clicking and clacking. This wheel's got way too much play, so again, we're gonna pull the tire off and find out what's going on. So typically when we get the grinding noise, we do look at the brake system as being the problem, specifically this brake rotor being scored. But the fact is, this Kia Spectra actually has pretty good brake pad lining. Wasn't a brake rotor issue or a pad issue causing the problem, it was this hub bearing. And this hub bearing has got all kinds of play. And what's happened is the hub bearing, with all the lateral movement in play, has caused the cradle of this brake caliper mount to rub against this brake rotor. So we're gonna tear into this further. We're gonna end up replacing the hub bearing, servicing this brake rotor, and scuffing up the brake pads. The brake pads have plenty of life, so there's no need to replace them at this time. So let's get started. Now that we've got the hub assembly out, you can see this very clearly where these bearings have just kind of come apart, and you can see the play right in here. So that's going to cause play into that whole rotor assembly, cause the brakes to grind, because over time that rotor is going to score up. So again, you can see the play right in here in these bearings, and as that load of that wheel is spinning on the tire, it's going to make this type of clickety kind of noise. So replacing the hub bearing will definitely take care of this symptom. You know, the key is when you're replacing these bearings, these hub bearings, you want to ensure that the surface of the hub flange area here is not scored or damaged. If you put a new bearing onto a scored up surface of a flange, that's going to cause problems and noises down the road. So it's best practice to replace both the hub flange and the hub bearing. So if you got uneven tire wear, or perhaps you've got a wobble at cruising speeds or vibration, make sure you check the hub bearings sooner than later, because you're going to end up damaging parts and costing more money. So, I'm Frank with Inside the Garage. Thanks for hanging, guys. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, click like and subscribe for future updates. I'm going to bring you guys this Lincoln Navigators. Next up, the rear suspension on this seems to be collapsing intermittently, so we're going to dive in and find out what is going on with this Lincoln Navigator. Thanks again, guys, for visiting from Inside the Garage.